It is stopping me from touching all things that could be Makita, that could be the greatest version of me. But if I don't learn to let things go that weren't for me, I will never be that person. On the 5th Chic vlog, Miss Makita gave to you one group chat video where she does her makeup and talks about all the things that make her so sad during the end of the year and gets over it. Hey Key Club, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and not part of Key Club, get yourself a key card and join Key Club. It is the best club on the internet. I wouldn't lie to you. So today, y'all, today is something very special. Today is something very new. Today is something that I kind of don't want to talk about, but I feel like it's so important to share. So we're gonna go through it while I do my makeup. So let me get my makeup out first, and then we'll get started. So the topic of today's discussion is like just the holidays, birthday blues, things of that nature, right? So you guys know that I have my birthday coming up. My birthday comes up every year, January. So I start the year, but when Christmas is coming up, that means my birthday is coming up. And sometimes, I'm not gonna say sit here and lie to y'all, but sometimes it just be feeling like, I don't know, like I get so sad, like and I don't know if it's to say like that I'm sad that the year is ending, or like sad that I'm getting older. Like, I don't know what it is, but sometimes I genuinely have some moments where I'm just sitting there like something's not right, and I can't explain it. I can't like break it down to nobody. Like, I just have like throughout the whole time of December and January and going into February, I'm just so out of it. And I used to think that it was because it was, you know, seasonal. Like, so when the season is changing, now you're getting upset about how you ain't got no sunlight, you know, like it's dark out. But I started to realize that I'm not sad when it's cold outside. I'm not sad when I stay in my room all day. I'm only sad when it's Christmas and my birthday. And I get so many stress pimples on my face. I get acne. I don't really want to hang out with people. I don't really want to talk to nobody. I get deep into music. Like, that's where most of the time that I'm listening to music, it's like, why is it, I'm gonna put this on the brush, no, put this on my face. Why is it that every time these times come around that you feeling like you don't want to do nothing, you don't want to be around anybody, you don't want to, you know, just do anything like that? And it's because, okay, I'm not gonna say that I'm sad to get older. I'm not sad to get older, but I am sad that I let time pass and things didn't get done. Like, I feel like Christmas symbolizes the end of the year and my birthday symbolizes a new year. And because they're so close together, it's like, okay, Makita, you need to get ready for your fresh start, but you also need to create your closure for the year that just passed. And honestly, I do need closure a lot for the year that passed, because every time the year passes, it's like I didn't get everything done on the list that I said I was going to get done. That was hard to say, but it's the truth. It's hard for me to come to a closure of the fact that I didn't get done everything on my list that I said I was going to get done for the year. And while all of that is happening, I'm here and I still have to plan my new year, because my birthday's coming up, and you don't want to start your birthday. Well, me, I don't like starting my birthday with no plans. I need a plan. I need something that says, okay, she's ready, she's going out into the world, it's her time, it's her season, it's her moment. Because like I told y'all before, I start the year off. Like, I set the tone for my entire year. Do you really want to set the tone and you sad? No. But it's like, that's what's gonna end up happening if you don't make no plans. So I really try my hardest and my very best to just, you know, let the people get a good hurrah out of my looks, out of my birthday. And yeah, so I just feel like it's super hard for me to just wrap my head around the fact that I closed the year and opened the year all in the same 2 weeks. And it becomes stressful and it's annoying, and it makes me so overwhelmed, because it's like they say don't let time pass you, because every time time is passing you, it's like you missing opportunities. Like you're missing, this was your moment and you could have did this and you could have did that and you could have had that and you could have did that. And to me it's like, yeah, but I didn't do that. So like, am I a failure? Did I fail? And it's like, it's real hard for me to acknowledge the fact that I failed at something. That's why I try so hard to be my best at something. That's why y'all see I keep going on YouTube. That's why y'all see I keep showing up for myself on Instagram. That's why you see I keep looking for jobs and applying to jobs, because it is so hard for me to conceptualize the fact of failure. And that's a whole nother conversation that we can have. I feel like, to me, just growing up, just knowing that I wanted to be the best at everything that I touched, it puts another battery in your back. Wanting to be the best at everything you touch puts a whole nother battery in your back than just, I'm just doing it to see how it comes out. And this is not to say that you can't have hobbies, you can't try things out. You know, this is not to say that, but this is to say that that battery, oh, hold on, let me order my food. So I finished my foundation, but that is to say, like, that battery that's in your back is definitely something serious, because it makes you kind of question everything that you're doing, and to see if you're doing it genuinely, or to see if you're doing it because you like it, or if you're seeing it to do it to make sure you don't fail at something. I have a hard time with failure, because to me, I failed when I gave up, and that's what stops me a lot of the times from giving up. But sometimes, and I'm learning this, but sometimes it's okay to let things go and to start over and to, you know, just do the thing. But in my head, like, I have to be the best. I have to succeed. I have to, and I don't know what I'm trying to prove. I don't know who I'm trying to prove it to. I don't know what it is, but every time I'm really just trying to make sure that between the time that I started and the time I say I'm done, I am and did the best. And that is an unhealthy mentality, an unhealthy way of life that I am trying to get out of, because it is stopping me from touching all things that could be Makita, that could be the greatest version of me. But if I don't learn to let things go that weren't for me, I will never be that person. And that's why I say that it puts a whole nother battery in your back, because it's like somebody else is controlling you. It's like somebody else is trying to make sure that you stay in a lane that wasn't meant for you. And it's not to say that you can't lock in. You could lock in, but knowing when to give up, I feel like that's one of the hardest things I had to learn in my entire life, and I'm still learning it. And why is this going all the way up here? I don't want that. But it is like one of the hardest things I had to learn in my entire life. And I don't know if I have a problem with understanding the subject of failure, but I know that it definitely stems from just like, I'm gonna just put it up there because clearly Makita wanted it up there, right? Okay. I don't know what I was trying to say. I feel like there's a battery in my back to say to keep doing this and keep pushing forward. And it's not to say that I don't like what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I love creating videos. I love being a business owner. I love not looking for jobs. I don't love looking for jobs. I don't think anybody loves looking for jobs. But I do love the idea that I have something under my belt, a degree that can push me into a career. I love that. So I'm trying to understand what it is that makes me sit here every year between December and January that really just has me like, you didn't make it. Without a fail, no matter what, no matter how good things are going, no matter what I got going on, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say, why wasn't I the best? Why didn't I make it? And it's hard for me to really sit here and say, well, Makita, you should try harder next year. And Makita, well, last year you did this and you did that, and now you're doing this better, so now you did improve. It's hard for me to conceptualize the fact that I am improving, and improvement doesn't mean complete. And every time this time of the year comes, I'm like, okay, but I'm trying to improve. I need to improve again. I need to improve again. I need to improve again. When am I going to sit here and say, Makita, you did a good job. Your yesterday is not your today. Your today is 10 times better. And you're doing amazing. I don't think I could ever conceptualize that fact for myself. And that is what is truly holding me back from being the person that I need to become. And that is also the reason why I say the holidays really bring that out of you. The end of the year is literally no joke, y'all. It is literally no joke. Every time you turn around, it's a memory about this, a memory about that. Look what you were doing in January 2024, and look what you was doing. And it's literally no joke. They come at you like so hard with all the memories, and then you sit there and you remember, wait, I said I was gonna do this, and I said I was gonna do that, and now you looking back and you like, where did I get lost? Or where did I go wrong thinking that, oh, everything is fine and dandy, when in reality it's not fine and dandy. You really lost track of everything, and you were allowed to change directions. You're allowed to change directions, but to go completely off track of what you said in the beginning of the year, it really hits different. It really hits you like, yo, am I lazy? Do I not enjoy what I'm doing as much as I say I do? Like, what is it that's making me not get things done or get to where I want to be? And you could watch as many YouTube videos as you want. You could talk about it to as many people as you want. But until you sit there with yourself, or if you go to therapy, you sit there with your therapist and you really talk it out and really say what it is and understand what's really happening, you're never gonna understand. Why is it that every time, hold on, you're never gonna understand why is it that every time the time comes around for you to be better, you can't see yourself as being better. You always see yourself as what you were last year, or trying to understand what you were last year. Because last year, it's like, oh, last year I said I was gonna, start a business, and then the year ends and you're like, why you didn't start a business? And then you got all these excuses, and you're trying to understand, like, you're trying to give yourself grace. Basically, you're trying to give yourself grace. And there's a difference between giving yourself grace and giving yourself excuses. And for me personally, it's hard to tell the difference. And I think that's what makes it hard for me, because I also struggle with giving myself grace. That's all that it all comes with. Like, that failure, it all comes with it. I struggle with giving myself grace. I struggle with accepting failure. I struggle with understanding why I can't see the improvements. All of that comes from the fear of failure. My fear of failure runs so deep, because it's like every time I put my hand on something that don't turn to gold, I think I did that I turned it into anything other than gold. And it's not that I did it. Like, I'm not always the person that's messing up what's going on, or messing up what it is for me, but that's what it feels like. That's how I take it. And I also struggle with, you know what, I have a lot of struggles. I ain't gonna sit here and tell the whole internet all of my struggles, but what I am gonna say is this. I know that I have certain weaknesses, certain problems, and I lack certain things, but that's not to say that I'm not the realest. That's not to say I'm not the baddest. That's not to say that, it's not to say none of that, but it is to say this. I understand where my weaknesses reside, and I understand what I need to do in order to become better and come up out of it. But what I don't understand is why I understand these things and cannot move from where I am to that point. You see what I'm saying? So like, I'm not trying to sit here and tell y'all like, oh well, I don't see why I can't get out of where I'm at, whatever. I see it. I don't quite get it. Can you see something and not understand something? Yes, you can. And that is where I'm at. I see it, I don't understand it, and that's why I can't come up out of it. And that's why I'm stuck every year between December and January. You know what it is? It's also so emotional. Like you have so many things going on. I also have so many birthdays in my family too going on. So many birthdays, the holidays, the new year, your birthday. So technically your birthday is a new year and you just had New Year's, but you just closed the year and you just closed a chapter. So it's like you closing and opening the chapter. Like it's a lot. It's a lot for a 2-month span, and I think also that's why I struggle with just staying happy during this time of the year, or staying like upbeat, or wanting to be around people, or wanting to, you know, just be part of. Like that's why I think also it's hard for me to get through Vlogmases, because I'm sitting here worried about Vlogmas, but I'm also worried about my birthday, but I'm also worried about Christmas, but I'm also worried about somebody else's birthday, but I'm also worried about my goals for the year. I'm also worried about my goals for the next year. I'm also worried about, did I finish my goals for last year? But while I'm finishing my goals for last year, did I get started on my new goals for the next year? Like, it's a lot going on in 2 months. I gotta slow down. This was so therapeutic. I'm talking to y'all, but like, I'm really like, yo. That's why I find through this time of the year, you really just gotta find your village. You don't gotta need them in a way like you gotta talk to them every day, like, or anything like that, but you could just be like, hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you, I'm not feeling it, can you just check on this for me, please? Can you go to this place for me, please? Like, just lean on the people around you, because that's all you really gonna have when you trying to come up out of it. Because every year I gotta get myself up out of it by myself, because I don't like sharing. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, because like, I'm definitely better than where I used to be, but I don't tell people when I'm struggling. I don't tell people when I'm struggling mentally. Physically, oh yeah, you need to come get this. Somebody needs to come pick this up. Somebody needs to put this across the way. I need you to do a delivery for me. Yes, obviously, because I ain't doing it. But when it comes to me struggling mentally, I think I only shared this kind of stuff with a therapist. Like, only therapy knows that I have these winter blues. And it's not to say that I don't trust people that's around me. I trust people that's around me to know the things that's going on around me. But I just feel like, what is it? It just feels like, how do I say, not embarrassing, but it just feels like I'm not together. And I don't want people to ever think I'm not together. And the people around me, they don't look at it like that. Like, if you need support, they're gonna support you. But that's how I see it. But I don't see other people that way, so I don't know why I see me that way. We gotta unpack that in therapy. But I just feel like when I look at myself, I don't want to see struggle. And I feel like it becomes real when you tell people directly in your circle. It becomes real when people directly in your circle are checking to make sure you're okay, because you actively, openly told them that you're not. It's too real. It's too real. So I like to just, you know, keep it on the hush hush, figure it out. 2 months pass, I come out of it, nobody knows. But I don't think that's healthy. I mean, I know that's not healthy. I know it, but at this point in my life, at this age, this big age of mine, I don't know. I can't get under or past the fact that people be in your business. And to me, I'll tell my mama, but I'm not telling like brothers, boyfriends, and your boyfriend's really supposed to be like your closest whatever, right? But I'm not telling, like, I don't even tell my best friend. Like, I'm not telling nobody when I'm struggling mentally. Not just in the winter, because the winter time ain't even really the worst parts for me, if we being real truthfully honest. It's just the reoccurring ones. That's a reoccurring thing. That's why I'm so comfortable sharing it with y'all, because it's like, okay, Makita's sad. Everybody gets sad during December. Like, literally everybody gets sad. So it's like, you know, but when I'm really struggling, and I mean like really mentally struggling, I don't tell a soul. I don't tell a soul. I sit there and I pray. And whatever happens is between me and God. And when God says move, I move. That's it. Because I feel like if I keep running my mouth, I'm not saying that I don't trust nobody, y'all. I'm saying that I don't trust myself enough to be so open with another person about these kinds of things. And then when I have to actually internalize the fact that somebody else knows that, that's it for me. I don't know what it is about that. If somebody could unpack that for me in the comments, that'd be great. But something about you knowing and me knowing that you know really throws me. It throws me. That is why you need a village, and that is why you need people around you. You need a support system, a real support system. People who love you, people who care about you, people who will ride or die for you. That's why I tell my mama. Because my mama, she's like, she's not a therapist, but she could be mine. She's my mama. She could be mine. Like, it's just like, I don't tell people things that I don't trust to not know. And I don't trust a soul but me, God, and my mama. Because I came from her. Everybody else, I don't know. But me, myself, and my mama. So that's who gets me out of these kinds of things. And I don't always directly be like, Ma, I need to talk to you about this, this, and that. But sometimes, just have a conversation. That's how she raised me. She was like, sometimes to lean on people, you just have a conversation. So that's what I do. I don't feel like putting on lashes, y'all, so I'm actually just going to end it right here. I love y'all. This was a very natural beat. This is the same beat that I've been doing because I don't know anything else to do. I am still learning how to do makeup, but I think I'm actually getting better. I do need a lighter makeup for the winter time. I'm seeing that there is a slight imbalance in the color from my neck to my face, and I think it's because I'm getting lighter. So I need new makeup. Sorry if I rambled a lot in this video. There was no exact plot for this video, should I say, but I just wanted to come on here and be relatable a little bit and have people understand that the wintertime is not for the weak, especially those girls with seasonal depression, those girls with birthdays that come after Christmas, those girls whose birthdays come right before Christmas. The end of the year is not an easy time for anybody. And I just want y'all to be happy and grateful that y'all made it to the end of the year. I want y'all to understand that the end of the year does not mean an ending. It's just the end of the year. Okay? So what I've always lived by is that you can restart at any time. I just choose to restart for my birthday, and my birthday just so happens to come right after Christmas, right after the end of the year. But you can restart at any point in your life, and you can find you at any point in your life. So don't ever stop being you, finding you, supporting you, doing what's best for you, because at the end of the day, it is you against you, and it is you for you all at the same time. So just take that with a grain of salt, and I love y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Makita, MAK3DA_. Follow my business page on Instagram at luxempulse, and follow my business page on TikTok at luxempulse. And I will see y'all in the next one. And if you want to see a little bit more of me, if you want to put me at the top, follow my my Instagram page at mycupofke, which is also my TikTok, mycupofke. And I love y'all, and I will see y'all in Vlogmas Day 6. Beep. And if you don't have a key card, get yourself a key card and join Key Club.